Breaking news for every Social Security recipient watching this video right now. If you're counting on your February payment, you need to hear this immediately. The Social Security Administration has just confirmed a massive February shakeup that's catching millions of seniors, SSI recipients, and disability beneficiaries completely off guard. We're talking about 3 separate checks hitting accounts this month, a brand new payment schedule that changes everything you thought you knew, and a COLA surprise that nobody saw coming. If you depend on Social Security or SSI to pay your bills, buy your groceries, or cover your medications, the next few minutes could be the difference between financial security and serious problems. Stay with me. This is critical. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is your home for clear, honest, and timely Social Security updates that protect your benefits and your peace of mind. No clickbait, no confusion, just the facts you need to plan your life. My name is on every video here because I know how important your monthly check is. It's not just money. It's your rent, your medicine, your dignity. And when the Social Security Administration makes changes without clear communication, people get hurt. That's why this channel exists, to give you the truth before it's too late. Today, we're breaking down exactly what's happening in February 2026, why you might see 3 payments this month, what the new schedule means for March and beyond, and the COLA adjustment that's causing confusion across the country. Before we dive in, do me one favor. If you depend on Social Security, SSI, or SSDI, hit that subscribe button right now. It's free. It takes 1 second, and it means you'll never miss an update that could affect your income. This channel has saved thousands of people from missed payments, delayed checks, and financial disasters. Let it protect you, too. All right, let's get into this February shakeup. What's actually happening in February 2026? Here's the situation, and I'm going to explain this step by step so there's no confusion. February 2026 is not a normal month for Social Security payments. Due to the way the calendar falls this year, combined with the Social Security Administration's strict payment rules, some recipients are going to receive 3 separate deposits in February. Others will get 2, and a small group will only see 1. Let me explain why. The Social Security Administration follows a very specific payment calendar. It's based on your birth date, your benefit type, and whether weekends or holidays interfere with the normal schedule. Most people know the basic rules. If you receive SSI, your payment comes on the 1st of the month. If you receive Social Security, retirement, or disability, your payment comes on the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th Wednesday, depending on your birth date. But here's where it gets complicated. When the 1st of the month falls on a weekend or a federal holiday, the SSA moves the payment to the last business day of the previous month. This happens with SSI payments all the time. It's called an early payment, and it's designed to make sure you're not left waiting over a weekend or holiday when banks are closed. Now, in February 2026, this rule is creating a situation that's never happened before in quite this way. Let me walk you through the exact schedule. The 3 payments. Explained. Payment number 1, January 31st, 2025. The first payment that's causing all this confusion isn't technically a February payment at all. It's your February SSI payment, but it's being delivered on January 31st. Why? Because February 1st, 2026 falls on a Sunday. Since banks don't process payments on Sundays, the Social Security Administration is required to move that payment to the last business day of January. That's Friday, January 31st. So if you receive SSI, you already got your February money at the end of January. This is normal. This happens several times a year. If you've been on SSI for a while, you've seen this before. But here's the problem. A lot of people see that January 31st deposit and think it's a bonus, or an extra payment, or some kind of mistake. It's not. It's your February SSI payment, delivered early because of the weekend. That means if you spend it like it's extra money, you're going to have a serious problem in February because there is no second SSI payment coming on February 1st. You already got it. Write this down. If you received SSI on January 31st, that was your February payment. There is no SSI payment on February 1st. Payment number 2, February 12th, 2026. This is where it gets interesting. On February 12th, 2026, Social Security, retirement, and disability beneficiaries whose birthdays fall between the 1st and 10th of any month will receive their regular monthly payment. This is the standard schedule. Second Wednesday of the month for people born in the first 10 days. If this is you, February 12th is your normal payday. Nothing unusual here. But remember, some of you also received that January 31st SSI payment if you're receiving both SSI and Social Security. So for dual beneficiaries, this could be your second check in a very short window. Payment number 3, February 19th, 2026. 1 week later, on February 19th, Social Security beneficiaries born between the 11th and 20th of the month will receive their payments. Again, this is the normal third Wednesday schedule. If your birthday falls in this range, February 19th is your regular payday. Payment number 4, February 26th, 2026. And finally, on the fourth Wednesday, February 26th, Social Security recipients born between the 21st and 31st of the month will get their checks. This is the last regular Social Security payment of February. So where's the third payment coming from? Now here's where the 3 payments in February claim actually becomes true for a specific group of people. If you receive SSI and you're also eligible for Social Security retirement or disability, you could see 3 separate deposits between January 31st and the end of February. Here's how. January 31st, your February SSI payment, early because Feb 1st is a Sunday. February 12th, 19th, or 26th, your regular Social Security payment depending on your birth date. February 28th, your March SSI payment, early because March 1st, 2026 also falls on a Sunday. Yes, you read that right. March 1st is also a Sunday, which means the SSA is going to deliver your March SSI payment on Friday, February 28th. So for dual beneficiaries, people receiving both SSI and Social Security, February is an absolutely packed month. You're getting your February SSI money at the end of January, your regular Social Security check in the middle of February, and your March SSI payment at the very end of February. 3 payments, all hitting your account within 28 days. Why this is happening. This isn't some new policy. This isn't the government being generous. This is just the way the calendar fell this year, combined with the SSA's long-standing rules about weekend and holiday payments. The Social Security Administration doesn't want you waiting over a weekend when you need money for food, rent, or medicine. So when the first of the month falls on a weekend, they move the payment to the last business day before that weekend. In a normal year, this happens a few times, but in 2026, because of the specific way the days line up, we're seeing a concentration of early payments in February that's creating confusion. The COLA surprise now. Let's talk about the COLA surprise that's mentioned in the title of this video. In January 2025, Social Security recipients received a 2.5% cost of living adjustment. That COLA was announced back in October 2024, and it took effect with your January payment. But here's what's surprising people right now. Because of the timing of these February payments, some recipients are noticing that their deposits seem slightly different than expected. They're seeing deductions they didn't anticipate, or their net payment is a few dollars less than they calculated. Why? Medicare Part B premiums. Every year, Medicare premiums are adjusted based on inflation and program costs. For 2025, the standard Medicare Part B premium is $185 per month, up from $174.70 in 2024. That's an increase of $10.30 per month. Now, most Social Security recipients have their Medicare premiums automatically deducted from their Social Security check. It happens before the money ever hits your bank account. So when you received your January Social Security payment with the 2.5% COLA increase, that increase was partially offset by the higher Medicare premium. For the average retiree receiving about $1,800 per month, the 2.5% COLA meant an extra $45. But after the Medicare premium increase of $10.30, your actual net increase was only about $34.70. This isn't new information. The Social Security Administration announced this back in the fall, but a lot of people didn't pay attention to the Medicare premium increase. They only heard about the 2.5% COLA. So when they saw their actual deposit, they were surprised. Now in February, as people are seeing multiple payments hit their accounts, some are getting confused about which payment includes the Medicare deduction and which doesn't. Here's the rule. Medicare premiums are only deducted from your Social Security, retirement, or disability payment. They are not deducted from SSI. So if you received SSI on January 31st, that payment does not have a Medicare deduction. It's your full SSI amount. But when your Social Security check comes on February 12th, 19th, or 26th, that's when you'll see the Medicare premium taken out. And if you're receiving both, you need to budget for that difference. What this means for March. Here's the final piece of this puzzle that a lot of people are missing. If you received your March SSI payment early on February 28th, that means there is no SSI payment coming on March 1st. Let me say that again because this is where people get into serious trouble. If you receive SSI and you get a payment on February 28th, that is your March SSI check. You will not receive another SSI payment until April 1st. That's a full month between payments, 5 weeks actually. If you don't plan for that gap, you're going to run out of money. You're going to miss bills. You're going to struggle. This is exactly the kind of situation that catches people off guard and causes real financial pain. Listen to me very carefully because this is the most important part of this entire video. The calendar quirks I just explained are not optional. They're not something the Social Security Administration is going to change. This is how the system works. And if you don't prepare for it, you're going to suffer. Here's exactly what you need to do right now. Check your payment schedule. Go to the Social Security Administration's website at ssa.gov. Log into your My Social Security account. If you don't have an account, create one today. It takes 5 minutes. Once you're logged in, go to the payment history section. This will show you every payment you've received, when it was deposited, and how much it was. Then, look at the payment schedule section. This will tell you exactly when your next payments are coming and which benefit they represent. Write this information down. Put it on your calendar. Set reminders on your phone. Do not rely on memory. Budget for the gap. If you're receiving SSI and you got a payment on January 31st and you're going to get another one on February 28th, you need to understand that your next SSI payment after that won't come until April 1st. That's 32 days. Most people budget their SSI check to last 30 days, but now you need to stretch it for 32. Here's how. Take your February 28th payment and divide it into weekly amounts. Set aside money for rent first, then utilities, then food, then medicine. Don't spend it all in the first 2 weeks just because you also received a Social Security check in the middle of the month. Those are separate payments for separate purposes. If you're a dual beneficiary, treat your SSI and Social Security checks as completely separate income streams. Don't combine them in your head. Budget each one individually. Watch out for scams. Whenever there's confusion about Social Security payments, scammers come out of the woodwork. You're going to see videos, emails, and phone calls claiming that there's extra money available, or that you need to verify your information to get your payments, or that there's a one-time bonus being issued. It's all lies. The Social Security Administration does not call you to verify your information. They do not send you emails asking for your Social Security number. They do not require you to pay a fee to receive your benefits. If someone contacts you claiming to be from Social Security and asks for personal information or money, hang up. Delete the email. Report it to the SSA's Office of Inspector General. Do not fall for it. Contact the SSA if something's wrong. If you look at your payment schedule and something doesn't match what I've explained in this video, or if you're missing a payment you should have received, contact the Social Security Administration immediately. You can call them at 1-800-772-2013. The lines are open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Yes, the wait times are long. Yes, it's frustrating. But if there's an error with your payment, waiting won't fix it. You need to report it and get it resolved. You can also visit your local Social Security office. Make an appointment online first to avoid waiting in line for hours. And remember, if you're contacting the SSA about a payment issue, have your Social Security number, your date of birth, and your recent payment history ready. That will speed up the process. If this video helped you understand what's happening with your Social Security payments in February, I need you to do 2 things right now. First, hit that subscribe button. This channel exists to protect your income and give you the information you need before it becomes a crisis. We cover every Social Security update, every SSI change, every COLA announcement, and every payment schedule shift the moment it happens. Thousands of people rely on this channel to stay informed and avoid financial disasters. Let it protect you too. Subscribing is free and it takes 1 second. Second, share this video with someone who needs it. Your friend who receives SSI, your parent who's on Social Security, your neighbor who's on disability. Send them this link, post it in your community group, put it on Facebook, because I guarantee you there are people in your life right now who have no idea that their payment schedule is changing. They're going to see money hit their account in late February and think it's extra. They're going to spend it, and then they're going to be broke for the entire month of March. You can prevent that. Share this video. And if you have questions, drop them in the comments below. I read every single one, and I'll respond with answers. This channel is a community. We help each other. So if you're confused about something I said, or if your situation is different, let me know. We'll figure it out together. Also, turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Click that bell icon right next to the subscribe button. That way, the moment the Social Security Administration announces something new, you'll know about it immediately. Your benefits are too important to leave to chance. Stay informed, stay protected. All right, let's wrap this up with the key takeaways. February 2026 is an unusual month because of the way the calendar falls. Some people will receive 3 payments between the end of January and the end of February. Others will receive 2. It all depends on whether you're getting SSI, Social Security, or both. If you received SSI on January 31st, that was your February payment. If you receive SSI again on February 28th, that's your March payment. There is no SSI payment coming in early March. Plan for that gap. Your Social Security retirement or disability check will arrive on its normal schedule in February, either the 12th, 19th, or 26th, depending on your birthday. The 2.5% COLA increase you received in January is real, but it's partially offset by higher Medicare premiums. Don't be surprised if your net increase is smaller than you expected. And finally, be very careful about scams. If someone contacts you claiming to be from Social Security and asks for personal information or money, it's a scam. Hang up, delete it, report it. You're going to be okay. You just need to plan ahead, budget carefully, and stay informed. That's what this channel is for. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourself, protect your benefits, and stay smart with your money. You've got this.